Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to all participants. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Triana Sari with Ika Yuniwati and Pak Wayan Suardinata as the second and the third authors. In this special occasion, I would like to present our paper entitled Development of English Middle Level Numeration Monopoly Game using Unity 3D. Let me start with the introduction. Literacy and numeracy are two of the three minimum competency assessment that are expected to replace the implementation of UN or national assessment. Unfortunately, Indonesia literacy and numeracy competency skill is ranked 74 out of 79 countries according to PISA or the Program for International Students Assessment. We might be thinking, what's wrong with literacy and numeracy of Indonesia? There might be several answers to answer the questions, but one of the problems might be the learning process in Indonesia still ignores literacy and numeracy as a basis of students' thinking. The materials that presented by the teacher tends to be irrelevant and meaningless to students' everyday life. To be able to bring the material that is more relevant and meaningful in the class, the teacher can use interesting, innovative, and creative learning game such as game. One of the example of using game as learning media is Monopoly. Monopoly games have proven to be effective on various subjects like history, mathematics, language, and etc. Based on the problems that was previously explained, we would like to develop English language web-based Monopoly game that is used for students in middle level school. This research belongs to R&D or research and development, which then divided into several phases, and we are using Plum model. The first phase is initial investigation, design, construction, test, evaluation, and revision. And the last one is implementation. For the development procedures, the first one, initial investigation. In this phase, we were conducting a survey, and then we developed the material for the game, as well as we determine the limitation of Monopoly game users. And the second is design phase. In this phase, the development of the game was carried out with mathematical material as the content. And we developed the material based on the national assessment test, and we work on the game using Unity 3D engine. The third phase is construction phase. In this phase, there are 4 activities. The first one, selecting an area in Monopoly and then placing it on the game engine. The second one, developing question in each area. The third one, establishing a statement on each opportunity card and community chess card. And the last one, entering question and statement in the game engine. For the next phase is test, evaluation, and revision. In this phase, there are 2 activities we did. The first one is carrying out validation and testing the game. And the second one is analyzing data obtained from the test result and from the interview results. The last but not least is implementation phase. Here we draw a conclusion that is based on the evaluation result and also from the test and interview, so that we can determine the limit of Monopoly game. The next part is result and discussion. There are several parts of results and discussion. The first one is selection of images used in Monopoly board. The images chosen in this research are 2-dimension and 3-dimension images. From the image, there appear to be 27 areas, 3 community chess areas, and 2 opportunity or chance areas. The first area begins with 3-dimension objects, picture, and then continues with 2-dimension object with the name of the object above it. We can see the board of the game on the right side. The second one is preparing for the question in each area. Here, questions in each area are prepared by referring to numeracy tests in minimum competency assessment at middle school level. And then the list of the question was developed through story question, like the following indicators as seen in the picture on the right side. And the next one is preparing for the question on each opportunity or chance card and community chess card. For this activity, opportunity cards and community chess are used to provide information to students regarding materials related to formula used in solving problem and questions in the area. The total number of each card is 10 type of statements. An example of the statement can be seen in the table in the picture on the right side. So this is the type of card. There are 2 types of card, chance card and community chess card. And the right side, there are some questions, yeah. And for the picture, we can see the picture or the example of the chance card and community chess in the picture below the table. The next one is placing images and scripts in the area. In this activity, we place images on terrain and naming areas in the Unity application that is done in several steps. The first step is to provide an image in the area. The image must be in the form of JPEG file with the size of 512 and 512. After that, the image is entered in the project menu in the Spirit sections. The next step in the Inspector menu is to replace the text type section with options Spirit 2D and UI, and then continue with Apply. After that, we proceed with naming the area, namely naming the area with its name in the spawner area in the top text section for the area name and for the amount of the money in the bottom text. Then the last one, naming the project area object with the same name as area spawner. The next one is placing questions on each opportunity card and community chest card. The step to enter question on opportunities and general funds or community chest is to go through several stages. The first one, looking at the inspector of opportunity card and general funds or community chest via the deck of chance card and the deck of community chest card menus. If it matches the card, then the project parts, the chance and community chest cards are replaced according to the statement. There are two options to change. The first one, with money or jumping to a certain area. This can be done by changing the inspector as the picture on the right side. The last one is validation and testing. In this last activity, game validation was carried out by 2 teachers, and the initial trial or tests were carried out to 10 students of middle school level and then students of university level with a good level validation in content and appearance. Meanwhile, for the trial or the test, improvements were made to several statements that were difficult for middle school level students to understand. So we made some improvements by hearing the advice either from the teacher and also the students. The trial for university level students were carried out to find out among G generation whether this game is fun or not, especially the students who often play online games. So the input from the teachers, the students of middle school, and also the students from university level were really appreciated in making some improvements to the game. And the last one, the last part of the presentation is conclusion. We can conclude that the development of this game was carried out by referring to numeracy and literacy question on minimum competency assessment test for middle school students. The result of the development is 10 cards on community chess card and opportunity or chance card. And then there are 27 questions in the area as well as 2D and 3G objects in the area. For the validation result, in terms of content and appearance, the teacher stated that the game was good as much as 70%, and the game user stated that the language used was quite difficult as much as 10%. But they said that the game was fun. For future suggestions, perhaps there will be more interactive questions that we could add. That's all for our presentation. I'm so sorry if there were many mistakes. And finally, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.